One of the first things that people ever ask me, probably before they take the system, is that they want to trade, they want to become a day trader, and they want to watch share prices all day and buy and go long and make lots of trades in the day and live off the proceeds. Now, I'm not saying I'm 100% right here, but I'm pretty sure that I've never met anybody who has successfully traded that way. And we're going to look at some of the things that Gann said about it in a minute. But just to get an idea of what it's like, what I've done here is I put up a real-time price charts of the Dow Jones. And let's say we buy it now, okay? So it's at 8387. So this is where the price is, and these are the prices. Each line that you can see here represents the highest and lowest price per minute. And say we buy it at 386. So, okay, we're watching it. So straight away you're under pressure because you're actually watching the price. Now it's either going to go up. Now it goes up, we're happy. Okay, so it's going our way. Everything looks really good. I've just picked this at random, by the way. I'm not trying to make a decision. So we're 1 point up. Okay, so we're happy. Hopefully it's going to tick quite a lot. 88, so we're up again. So we're even happier. So we have God's gift to investments. We've just made a decision. Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I hold? We've gone up another point. Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I hold? We've gone up another point. Should we buy? Should we sell? Should we hold? Oh, we're up about 4 points now. We'll come back again. Damn, gone down. Damn. Profit's disappearing. We're going back to where we got in, which I think was 386, but I forgot now. So what do I do? Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I hold? I don't know. Well, we're still in profit, so we'll stay in. So we're at 388. 387. We're only 1 point up. If it goes down again, we're going to lose money. But the fact is, we also paid commission on top of this as well. So we're definitely losing money because we've got to cover our commission. We've gone back up again. That's all right. Big sigh of relief. Goes back up again. We're happy. Goes back up again. Even happier. Thank God for that. Wipe the sweat off your brow. But the problem is that every time you look at it, you're making that decision. Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I hold? Oh, it's gone down again. It's gone down again. Down. What shall I do? It's gone down again. I'm only 1 point in profit. But again, I'm not in profit because I've had to pay the costs on top of this, which maybe is, say, 12 points. So we're still watching it. So what am I going to do? Oh, God, I'm breaking even. Well, not breaking even. After costs, I'm actually losing money. So what do I do? And it's very difficult. Yeah? Psychologically, you're putting yourself through a lot of pressure that you just really don't need to go through. And it's because of all those decisions you're making that you will end up losing a great deal of money, especially after costs. It is impossible. You will make mistakes. You'll be listening to the news. It'll be saying something like, at the moment it's Iraq, so they'll be saying the war isn't going quite as well as we thought, or it's going better than we thought, and that's the reason you bought it in the first place. It's horrendous. You will have a heart attack. You will end up losing all your money. Day traders do not make money, as far as I know. There's those exceptions to rules, but the vast majority of people who do it end up with nothing. And at the moment, the market's hardly moving, and it's not that bad. But can you imagine if it suddenly starts to go against you in a big way, or it starts going your way in a big way? It isn't the way to make money. You don't want to look at real-time prices. That's why the system doesn't have them. And the only real time that you want to look at the real-time prices is when you're about to make the trade, just to see if it's showing some strength at that particular moment in time. But a lot of the spread betting companies have this software built into their systems, which is what you're seeing here. This is Deal for Free's real-time charting system. And I find it useful on the day I'm about to make a trade, but apart from that, I don't look at real-time prices. It just makes you very short-term. You never make any decent profits. You might make small losses, but you never actually ever get anywhere if you're good. And if you're bad, you end up losing a lot of money. Psychologically, it's a killer. So don't do it. Okay, so I've left it about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, maybe 20 minutes. Let's just see what's happened. And we left it around about here. And you can see that we're right down here now. So it's incredibly, unbelievably difficult. And also it's completely and utterly pointless. So don't look at real-time prices. It is a big, big mistake. Now, What I'm going to do now is just read what Gann said really about real-time prices. Now remember that Gann was around in the early 1900s, and at the time they didn't have real-time prices the way that we did. They used to have things called ticker tape machines, which was like a big machine that had like a feed of paper, and every time a trade was made, this thing actually printed out the price, and it was called a ticker tape. And a lot of people used to sit in, I mean, you can only get it in the major centres like Chicago or New York, and a lot of people used to go to the commodity brokers and actually watch these things all day to make their decisions. And so bear that in mind when I'm reading what Gann said. Many people outside of New York and Chicago have the opinion that they could make a great success if they could go to Chicago and read the grain tape there, or if they could go to New York and read the cotton tape, or the tape of any other commodity or stock, etc. To stand in a brokerage office or sit in a brokerage office and try to beat the market by reading the ticker and watching every quotation that comes out is the most foolish thing a man could do, the greatest waste of time, and the man who thinks that that is the way to make money trading in commodities is making a big mistake of the biggest mistake of his life. Those of us who have tried it know. Expert tape readers are few and far between. It is a study of a lifetime, and while the tape does show the trend of the market, there are so many minor changes and quick reversals that the average man cannot tell whether the main trend has turned or whether it is only a minor change that will last a few hours or a few days or a few weeks before the main trend is resumed again. Ask any honest broker what the percentage of traders who stay in the brokerage office all the time and watch the tape make a success. If he is frank, he will tell you that 98% of them lose their money over a period of years. This is no fault of the broker and no fault of the business. The trader invites this misfortune upon himself by trying to make a success by trading the wrong way and not following rules. While in the brokerage office you hear too many rumours, you get too many opinions. There is no human being with a mind so strong that he cannot be influenced at times. Now, just while we go on to that side there, so what we're really talking about is watching real-time prices from home, for instance. It's just exactly the same thing. Listening to CNBC or any other thing like that that are giving you opinions all day. It stops you from doing the right thing at the right time. So we continue with what you went said. You get too much gossip. You hear too much about large traders who are buying and selling and do not always consider whether these large trades are buying for long accounts or covering shorts or just at the buying or selling means. If beating the commodity markets or making profits by trading were this easy, everybody would be rich. He then says, I am not guessing or giving you a wild theory. I have gone through the mill. I have tried every ticker in my office for years. I have thought I could not get along without them, and lost plenty of money by having them in the office and getting in wrong, because the ticker showed me some minor trend and threw me off the main trend, which I had already figured. I have made a great success when I took all of the tickers out of my office, and have not had a ticker in my office for the past 10 years. Therefore, my advice to you is not to try to learn to read the tape in the brokerage office, or to stand in the office and watch the tape. You can't make money that way. Follow the rules that I have given you and study the charts, then you will know how to read the tape in a mathematical, scientific way, and you will make profits instead of losses. Now he does say more, but a little bit further down he goes, another fact that traders often overlook is that the more times a man gets in or out of the market, the more times he changes his mind. Therefore, the percentage of his being wrong increases in either big bull or bear markets. There are often reverse moves opposite to the main trend, where some big profits can be made, and often made quickly, but you can't catch these profits by jumping in and out every day or staying too close to the ticker. So what's happened since we looked at this chart? So you can see that we were about there. This is now about 6 or 7 minutes later, and you can see we've had a rally. So what do you do? Now, where's it going to go to? It isn't possible. No human being can do it. Even though Gann said there are expert people who do it, I don't actually believe that. Yeah, you don't want to look. You're too short term. You will end up losing all your money. So that's a little bit of advice on real-time prices. Don't look at them.